So somebody just asked a question about what I'm doing, and basically what I did today was because I was inspired by ICT's ridiculous optimal order entry. OET. I'm sorry, OTE. Now, I just thought, is that OT8? But the thing is that there is no optimal order. There is no optimal entry order. Okay, this is another myth. There's a more optimal. There's a less optimal. There's a fucked up one. And the fucked up one might be the one you want because you're like, oh man, look at that. I just got in here. Now, this is the idea of scaling it, is all I'm doing is scaling in the market. I got like I'm in 6 standard lots right now. Have not blown up this account today. So I probably should have described in the thing there, but I'm not an organized person and I hate to type, so that's why I either got thumbs down because I'm just too ridiculous, or people are like, what the fuck, right? What kind of serious trader is this? I'm like, what the hell? That's just wrong, man. Like, God, dude, make a point. So, yeah, right. But I guess this would happen when you trade. You just become this kind of this weird mutant. Some people are able to keep it together, but I think I turned into a mutant, like a chart mutant. So that's probably what's doing it. And I noticed ICT has the primer. So this is the primer video. The primer for the webinar, for the streaminar. That's what I call the next one. I actually had to warn people. I think I should call it streaminar because what's happening is people are like coming expecting to get laid, and they're like, dude, you're in the bathroom for 3 hours. You gonna be all right? That's probably another problem. Just let me fill out the list. Do I have to write on the blackboard? 100 times. I will not make boring videos. I will not make boring videos. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But this is a 15-minute. When I hit this button here, so I published this. I'm pretty sure this is what I put in that link. Now, this is, if you go to it's called hotkeys, and these are double clicks, and all you have to do is, what I'm doing all day today is, this is like a 15-minute. This lasts for 15 minutes, and these might last for, these all last for 15 minutes. But if you look inside, here's your trade plan. I know it says 22, but that's 2.2 pips above current. It pens for 15 minutes as a buy stop. This is your confirmation entry. The stop is ridiculous. It says 4 pips, but it's actually risking 6 plus the spread and slippage because you're getting a bad fill. This is a very tight stop. Then you're going to make 8 pips. So I hit that button quite a bit. In fact, I was up about, on that alone, I think it was in 5 standard lots, and I could have just bailed on this one. Now I have a button down here. This is semi-automated trade. This is all pure scripts. Now, if I hit this thing, I can take this off the table. Now I'm up on all those tickets from getting in by pressing the button. Now, they're not going to let me out until we get one price come in, but watch this come out. Now, this is take profits per symbol now. I'm going to cash out of this guy. I bought everything down here with a buy stop entry. No limits today, no market orders. So as this was coming down, right, I just kept hitting the buy stop button. Now, I went into their close. Their spread goes to 5 pips on close here. They annihilate you. Actually, it's right here. This is not really 5 p.m. for these guys. So now I got out of that. I freed up some margin. I took some profits. Now, as you go along around to each currency, this is a 5-minute chart. I'm running a 15-minute script, and I am really getting in on the top of a Bill Williams fractal in a way, because I'm putting a buy stop right here, right now. This is really where the fractals would show up. It's just a wick, right? Same thing here. I'm going to put buy stops for this guy could pull back, and what I normally do is put limits in, since it's a pure stop entry system. And this spread sucks on the New Zealand, but it looks like a buy. So I'm going to put a terrible fill, like a chaser, on the way up. Now, I could buy at the market. What if I'm wrong? So the reason why the account hasn't blown up is because so it's a risk test is what I was doing this morning. It's risk testing, risk of rune testing, really, with just a crude system. Basically, I got a stop of 11 pips, and from 4 to 11 pips, and I'm looking to make anywhere from 8 to 60 pips. That's my spectrum on the hotkeys buy stops, key number C5 through C10 or C0, really, because it's basically, if you load the hotkeys, I'm not sure if the hotkeys are in the folder. You'd have to look inside of, hotkeys actually might be outside of the, I didn't put that in there because it's outside of the thing. Yeah, it's under config. So the hotkey settings, you'd have to import those. The easy way is just to program yourself. Just right mouse click on this, go to hotkey, and say, now, the way that is you're only allowed Control and Alt. And you have to pick a number. You're only allowed 72 hotkeys. You're allowed 10 numbers and 26 letters. And that's it. But it'll override the hotkeys you normally use if you use it. Or you hold down the Control. So here's take profits per symbol. That's what it says. PSY, profits per symbol. Now here is all the limits, which is kind of like, if you're going to go to sleep, you could put a bunch of stuff down there and capture an entry. If you have a day job, you could put stuff here. Delete all objects. And then all the hotkeys are just, it was easier to make the name of the script C1 so I could just program it faster. And this way, I just hit a button. And it's about $1 to $1.50 per button press, looking to make $6 maybe. But I'm in five standard lots right now, I'm pretty sure. And $1,000 of margin, 501 leverage, right? If I'm wrong, let me know, because I have no math skills. That's how I used to blow up accounts, because I could see an opportunity, but I didn't know how many pips it was moving. So I also put the pip grid in here, which is 10 pip handles, and the hundreds are the big dark ones, because you almost kind of hit these, not always, but look at this 200 pip clean move here in one day on the British pound from across this fair value channel. So in auction theory, this is all fair value, and that there's an auction within the auction. So there's a if you consider this to be unfair down here and this to be unfair, there's also internal unfairs, which are these guys. So this is the mini auction inside the auction, right? It's going on continually. Now, it really depends. See this one here. How nimble or how often do you want to trade? There's so much money to be made, it's just mind-boggling. Or you could go for this approach. Now, I know people looking at this, the swing traders in the stream this morning, they were looking at this. Oh, it's going down here. Okay, it might go down there. But the counter trade traders are going to come in and feed off of that, right? They're going to come in here and they're going to ride it back to here. And it'll just be rope-a-dope for the long-term guy maybe holding short the British pound. He may perceive a target way down there, right? But, or the breakout trader just traded this plunge and he's done for the day. He's up, like if you traded the Goober entry here, which was a inverted hammer, if you put a sell stop on the inverted hammer last night, how did you do? You killed it. With a 30 pip stop, you made, it's really just, now that what I'm running here is a stop entry trade plan. I mean, this is really mechanical trading. Like I'm just going to hit a buy stop here. Spread's tightening up. And now if I hit this 60 pipper key, 60 pipper, this is like the floor. right? This is the one that would pay off maybe when London opens, maybe. But other than that, I'm just saying. Now, if you look at it like this and go currency to currency, then this is a 4-hour chart. It's a whole different trade plan in a way, right? I'm long this thing. My stops are left over here. This is stuff that was the greedy trades, I think. This is an 11 pip stop here. See the 11 pip stop? Now this is I left the greedy ones behind. I got out of the ones that were scalpish. This is a buy stop. Got to keep nailing this. It's real. It's a lot. Trading's a lot of work. Had no idea. If somebody had told me to reduce risk, I would have to work harder. In other words, to reduce risk in a car, you need to really pay attention to, is your seatbelt on right? Is your dashboard too close to you? All those details matter, and the safer it is, you got Recaro seats, you got airbags, you got all sorts of things that cost you money to make it safer. So every time you go up a level of safety, there's a kind of a tugging against risk. So I know there's a lot of people like to take a lot of risk, but it's a double-edged sword. But if you make the ratios greedy, you're not risking that much. Greedy ratios are really where it's at. Now, if you're not a greedy person, this is a problem, and I'm not. So that's been my big problem, is that now a scalper thinks I can make 20, 30 pips, but I had to trade bigger to make those pips. To make money, I'd have to trade bigger as a scalper. But when I started trading, I thought, well, actually, I was greedy when I was angry because I was underwater without stops in the very beginning, 8 years ago. So I would just get in and say, oh, fuck them. And I was a high profitable anger trader because resentment trader too. I was a good resentment trader. And so I would just say, hey, you know what? I am greedy now because you pissed me off. Now I'm going to steal back from you. Since you rape me, now I'm going to get a team of football players and I'm coming after you. Get them drunk first. And so that's my primer. I don't know if that helps. So maybe we can do something later on when the markets tighten the spreads up. About 8:30 is when things, just before 8:30 is, so about 2 hours to show time, things will tighten up. They'll do the tighten up. I'd like to play that in the background, the tighten up. Does anybody know the song, The Tighten Up? Let me see. Anyways, you get copyright infringement all day long here. End up in copyright jail. Maybe I can cheat on this by running it and just intermittently running it.
Hi everybody, I'm Archie Bell of the Trails of Houston, Texas. We don't only sing, but we dance just as good as we want. In Houston, we just started a new dance called the Tighten Up. This is the music we tighten up with.